All right. So we are finally doing a Frozen video from me. We're analyzing Elsa's songs in Frozen 2. I wanted to do all the songs, but we don't have that kind of time. So we're doing just Elsa songs. Right, so just to start, we're going to talk about the voice that Elsa is hearing. So it's inspired by Norwegian cooling. What the cooling used to do is back in the day, when they needed to call sheep out, to call the sheep back in from up in the mountains, they would use that calling, and then it would have like that high pitch like noise at the end to like, so it made sure it traveled. And then people would it would also be used to warn of danger, which if you've seen Frozen 2, it kind of foreshadows that potential danger. You can hear the cooling in the first movie. It's when like the whole fjord starts to freeze. You can hear it, but it's just like, it's not really, there's no voice behind it, or there's no like being behind it. It's just there. And so, but then the writers changed it to have that more distinct thing in the second movie, and they changed it to be similar to the first four notes in the Dies Irae, which is the song associated with Judgment Day and death and stuff. So they changed it. Obviously didn't do the whole thing to make it less on the nose. So you can hear that at the beginning, and it's throughout the whole entire movie. So better bring that up first. So this is also found in All Is Found, and then you can also hear it in Show Yourself. Again, it is changed. Just one note is changed. So again, so it's less on the note or on the nose, and it's more subliminal. But then you can, if you continue the Dies Irae whole entire phrase, it does have the same stepwise from the minor seventh to the tonic. So the writers just, again, they didn't want to do it directly, but they wanted to have that subliminal message that like there's danger. And then Show Yourself, Elsa's big song at the end, also has this, but it's the last thing she sings, but it's in major, showing that Elsa has learned from the past, learned from the dead that about herself and the past of other people. And she also sings it on the words, I'm ready to learn, again, showing that she's ready to learn from the dead, learn from the past. And it's the only other time that she sings it when it's not on off. So interesting that they did that. And then, so again, before we talk about her two big songs, Into the Unknown and Show Yourself, you gotta go back and talk about Let It Go, because Let It Go is the foundation for Elsa's two big songs in Frozen 2. So this, the red notes here, those are the peak notes in, so it obviously doesn't immediately go like up stepwise, but these are all, it's tracing all the peaks in the chorus of Let It Go. So it's going upward stepwise. And some people think that Let It Go is a want song, which is she's desiring to let it go, but obviously she's doing it. She's out in the mountains, she's free, she's away. So there's a rise, but then it's interesting because you would think that with it being a want song, she's wanting this, it would continue to rise, but when she says the cold never bothered me anyway, it's actually downward, and it's stepwise downward. So it's a little bit of a mixed message of like, she's wanting it, she's doing it, but then why is it descending? So then again, so there's the striving and then settling and letting go, the upwards and then downwards. So then you take her two big songs in Frozen 2, Into the Unknown, that's a rising song, and then Show Yourself is descending. So that's how Let It Go becomes these two songs. So, and with Into the Unknown, every time she sings Into the Unknown, it's a higher leap. So the first one is octave, it's safe, that's home, that's easy enough to do. Well, it's not easy to sing, but it's comfortable enough. The second time, it's a ninth. She's stepping out of her comfort zone, but then she comes back. So it's, again, she's stepping in more out of her comfort zone, but then so like, it's like unsure. Now the 11th, the last time she sings it, it's way out of her comfort zone. She is going into the unknown. The music keeps rising and going back to that to show that she wants to go outside to explore the unknown. And just a fun little fact. So Anna also sings the same 11th that Elsa sings. It's just downward in the next right thing. So Anna keeps going down to the extreme 11th, and then versus the rising and into the unknown. And this tweet down here just confirms that that's intentional. It's not just happenstance. The writers wrote into the unknown. What does it say? Right after do the next right thing. So they are in conversation with each other. So it's all intentional. It's not coincidental that these two have this. And then show yourself is her settling again now into her new role as the fifth element, her new thing, because show yourself is, again, when she sings that, it's first a major second step and then a minor second step. So again, it's just showing her stepping that even though she's made these big leaps into the unknown, sometimes the more important things is just to take the small steps into something that's maybe a less unknown or more comfortable. So again, show yourself plays on that same stepwise motif that into Let It Go had. So then with this, you can see Elsa's arc that actually is completed by the end of Frozen 2. So with Frozen 1, she leaves and goes to be with nature into her ice castle. But by the end of Frozen 1, she's back in the castle. But then you find out in the beginning of Frozen 2 that she's not necessarily happy there. And so then her arc completes when she is able to return to nature and be happy there. Again, showing the rising and then completing by stepping into nature. And so if you want to know more in depth about both Elsa and Anna, I pretty much pulled all this information from the top video, but he goes way more in depth and shows a lot more background information and plays the music so you can actually hear it. And then Anna's video about how she evolves musically is there too. They're both really good. I recommend them. And that's my presentation.
My question is unrelated to this. How many times have you seen Frozen 2?
Next question.